The public battle between tech billionaire Peter Thiel and Gawker Media is intensifying. Thiel compared Gawker to a bully, saying the website, quote, built its business on humiliating people for sport. Last night, Gawker founder Nick Denton compared Thiel to a comic book villain with, quote, a diabolical decade-long scheme for revenge. Josh Elliott of our streaming network CBSN looks at how their dispute highlights the growing wealth and power of Silicon Valley. Josh, good morning.
Anthony, good morning to you. You know, in a way, this battle represents the collision of two of the Valley's core values, right? Freedom of information and the right to privacy. But it also shows perhaps just how much the center of American capitalism has been shifting west, from Wall Street to the Bay Area.
Silicon Valley innovation has changed the way we live. How to listen to music and watch movies, how we consume news, even how we get around. That success has also minted a new class of industrialist, whose fights, such as the one between venture capitalist Peter Thiel and Gawker Media founder Nick Denton, now are front-page news.
Sometimes we think the Valley is basically Steve Jobs' backyard, a kind of creative playground for manic geniuses.
Stanford professor Fred Turner is the author of From Counterculture to Cyberculture.
If you're wealthy, your voice can be louder in this country. Peter Thiel, in many ways, is doing what's common in other parts of the country.
In this dispute, Thiel, a co-founder of PayPal, has been cast by some as a rampaging magnate, while Gawker has been denounced for its bad behavior. Thiel told the New York Times that he has spent roughly $10 million on a series of lawsuits that could now drive Gawker out of business. Apparent retaliation for a 2007 report that outed Thiel as gay.
Folks like Peter Thiel are a little bit surprised when a company like Gawker does the kind of tabloid-oriented expose reporting that's taken for granted in New York. I think that's partly what's going on there.
Perhaps above all else, Silicon Valley values privacy, made plain when Apple refused to decrypt a phone belonging to the San Bernardino shooters. But the Valley also exists to facilitate the flow of information. One reason why Facebook was criticized for allegedly censoring conservative news on its trending page.
There is some irony that Peter Thiel is on the board of Facebook, whose entire business is premised on the idea that people should be much more open and should be sharing more information. It does fly in the face of kind of radically transparent ideal that a lot of these companies profess.
Wired's Jason Tanz believes that the magnitude of power the Valley has amassed has inspired an equal degree of scrutiny. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos bought The Washington Post in 2013, while Apple reportedly considered buying Time Warner, parent company of CNN and HBO.
This started as a bunch of true believers in a garage somewhere with kind of crazy ideals. And what has happened is they won. And now they are the new power structure. And that is a very different relationship. And I'm not sure that everybody within Silicon Valley and within the tech industry appreciates that people look at you as the big guys now, and sometimes the bad guys.
Now, with regard to this primary fight, Gawker is reportedly valued at more than $250 million. But Nick Denton, its owner, had to bring in an outside investor in order to raise the funds to fight the lawsuits here in question. Peter Thiel, on the other hand, is worth some $2.7 billion, this according to Forbes. I do want to say as well.
So he said, where's my wallet?
Well, yeah, but he also says, you know, I'm a victim here, and that this is a rightful crusade.
Right.
And it's important to note, many agree with him.
Well, it's hard. It's easy to see both sides here.
Yeah, they've got supporters on both, too. Thank you, Josh.
You bet.